Hello, and welcome to FPL Broadcasting, part of the Canadian Corporation. And also, we have Rich with us from ENG Netball or ENG Sports UK. And let me just bring him in here.
ENG Netball.
With the Youth Netball Premier League update show. As always, Richard joins us and gives us his wonderful in-depth knowledge.
I was going to do.
There we go.
Oh, to be fair, I was going to get up. Do you know when April Fool's the other day? I thought, because last season I put in, I'm starting my own netball club, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" Well, some people will probably like, "Oh, what a load of rubbish." But some people are like, "Yeah, I'll join that." But I told him it was a load of rubbish. April Fools, and this year I thought I'd go the extra mile, and I was going to turn around and say, "Breaking news: ENG Sports founder Richard has been asked to basically run England netball."
No, that'd have been brilliant.
I thought too much abuse. I can't deal with the abuse. So I thought, no, I better not go down that road.
Mate, that would be brilliant. Hey, let us know in the comments, people. Would you love to have seen that come out on April Fool's? Because that would be brilliant. And let us know where you're listening from, or where you're watching from, and let us know what you think about obviously things that are going on in the league, what you thought about what's just happened. I'm sure Rich is going to recap over in 1 minute.
Do you know what? I'm not being rude. I'm just looking for a picture I want you to put up in the halfway point of the show, because it's quite funny.
You're going to send that to me now, yeah? Thanks, buddy. I love the way you're so on top of this.
Hold on, I think it's on. Would it be? No, it's just normal. Yeah, so basically, it's a picture which basically proves that I don't have a clue what I'm talking about in regards to my leagues and stuff, because I'm getting absolutely battered at the moment with my predictions.
Oh,
they are going completely Pete Tong, and people keep. I saw people today, and they're going, "Oh, your prediction was wrong again."
Well, take that, people. Get them to do the football or the pools or whatever, and then go opposite, and you make some money, or the horses. Yeah. There you go. That's how you do that, isn't it? We've got Katie and Sasha in the background, by the way, waiting to come on.
Well, we'll get them in once we recap the scores from the final round of the ENG under 14s. I'm not gonna miss saying that. ENG under 14s, Youth Netball Premier League, Southern Conference.
There we go. Let's bring it up. There we go.
Okay, so
there we go. Should I scroll all the way down, or do you want to see the table? What do you want to do? What do you do? Quick.
Just go right to the bottom.
Go right to the bottom. There we go.
So on Saturday, while we was in Manchester, we had 3 games. So Paul took on Sutton Town, 27-15. Apparently, Sutton Town played very, very well. So well done to Sutton Town in that game. Never easy playing against Paul. Then Eagles played Sutton Town 38-19. Then Eagles played Aces 39-16. So what that did, that created the narrative that we kind of wanted, which was Paul, Eagles, or Turnford for the title on the Sunday. And this is how the Sunday went. So Eagles.
Do you know what? I forgot about the Saturday games. Just seeing it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the game." Yeah, when it was in Manchester.
Well, someone said to me, "Oh, it was the atmosphere was dead. No music, no microphone. You weren't there. The circus clown wasn't there."
Was it like tumbleweed going through? Where is everybody? It's a good point that as well. People don't realise what you bring to it, isn't it? You know, like you say, the circus comes to town. It really does come to town when Richard turns up. People, I can tell you that.
Well, but everyone's forever telling me, "Oh, you're rubbish music, you're this, you're that." But then when I'm not there, they moan I'm not there. So I'll take that.
You're crying, mate. You're crying. Where's it gone? Where's everything? Where's the high? Where's the? Let's get. Nah, it's all gone. There you go. See, be thankful for what you have.
Well, we ask Katie and Sasha when they come on. Did they prefer the quietness or did they prefer the circus? So
there we go. It's a good one. All right. Then. Okay.
So Eagles against Team Bridge, 55-16. Good, solid victory for Eagles, which meant they went into the Turnford game potentially with a potential title decider. So we'll get on to that in a minute. So Team Bridge then took on Magic. If anyone thinks Team Bridge played a stupid amount of games and our league's unsafe and we're not ethical or whatever them words mean, don't worry. They brought a small army. So that's why they were able to play so many games. So Team Bridge 26, Magic 36. Then one of the two big games of the day, which is Turnford taking on Eagles, 29-21 to Turnford. What was quite fascinating about this game was Turnford's first quarter, which was nuts. Like, seriously, they were like, it was like watching, like, back in the day when you put a tape in and you round it forward. It was just like people just scooting around the court like you got them fast forward, and it's 11-1 before we knew it. And it's like, this is a strange opening quarter. But Eagles, to be fair to them, they chipped away back at Turnford, and Turnford started really well, and they looked kind of ridiculously.
Hang on, wasn't Eagles in the lead in the first quarter?
No, they were 11-1 down.
All right, sorry. No, I'm thinking of another game, sorry.
So, Turnford, even though they started well, Eagles did get back into the game, and they caused Turnford a few problems. So, I think Paul, who were playing Turnford later on, probably took a sigh of relief, because if they would have carried on the way they were going, they would have thought, wow, we're not going to beat these guys today. Next up, AP Saints, who could have still qualified for the grand finals. They won 26-23 against Teambridge. Then CD Phoenix, who only needed one win to get into the grand finals, they won 31-22 against their local rivals Magic. Then Teambridge are up for the final time, 20-45 defeat to Paul. With Eagles getting beat by Turnford, Paul, it was a kind of a Turnford-Paul face-off to win the title. And we'll get onto that in 2 seconds. AP Saints then took on CD Phoenix, and very, very good, solid win, 33-25. CD Phoenix were not at the races in that one whatsoever. And, their coaches were like, this is a bad performance. But AP Saints got the win, and they finished the league, for me, one of those teams that showed probably the most desire to kind of take on the top four next season, because the same top four from this league qualified last season, and they've qualified again, just in a slightly different order. But I think for me, AP Saints have shown the most will and determination to break into that top four. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they get on next season. Then we went on to the big one of the day. If you don't know the history behind this game, let me give you a quick bit of history. I forget my wife's birthday. I forget my kids' ages. I even forget my kids' names. I do not forget results from my leagues and competitions and stuff. So this is how it goes. Back in 2019, I was told this amazing club, Paul. This amazing club, Paul. You've got to watch them. They're beating everyone at, I think, an under 11s level or whatever. And I thought, great, let's get them in.
I can see them in the background, by the way, but they're going, yes.
Everyone's like, Paul, amazing. They're going to win everything. I'm thinking, right, if you're going to lose, you're going to lose at my house. You're going to lose in my house. Then Turnford won their regional heat in this under 12s Netball Cup event. Paul, basically, do you remember when you had the light issue? That's when Paul come to town with Stoke Mandeville.
Oh God, yeah.
So that's when Paul
thanks for that nightmare, mate. Oh yeah, go on.
So we went back to the 50s in that event and done black and white for everyone.
That was horrendous.
So Paul won that event, but then I was constantly told Paul Turnford, and I actually, again, my prediction, I actually predicted Turnford would win that ENG Under 12s Netball Cup 2020 event. They didn't. It was Paul.
So still getting it wrong then, mate. Still getting it wrong.
Still getting it wrong. We went straight into lockdown after that.
Yeah.
So obviously things just went downhill after that. But then, was it 18 odd months later, we got the league back up and running again. Well, not again. We started the league. And, we had Paul and Turnford in the Southern Conference, and we kind of worked the fixtures out where they would play each other last. Then Paul went and won the Southern Conference. So that was like 2-0 to Paul within the ENG world. And then we went to the grand finals last year, and it was then Turnford just went, right, we're going to beat you on the biggest stage. And they won that game. But Paul, they've come back this season, and they're even though they probably won't admit it, they're trying to right a wrong. And on Sunday, just masterclass. Just amazing performance from a group of girls who just knew what they wanted, and they stuck to task. The discipline, the kind of the temperament was just all on point, and they went and got the win against Turnford, making it 3-1. But I'm going to throw a spanner in the works for Paul.
Go on.
They've won the ENG Under-12s Netball Cup, which is the 10-minute game ones.
Right.
They've won 2 Southern Conference titles.
Yes.
Which was kind of won with wins over Turnford. But does Turnford's win in the grand finals, what do you call it? Is that a bigger win overall than the 3 wins they've had?
Ooh. I like that, mate. I can see them. They're talking in the background.
Let's get him in. Let's talk
Let's
about.
get him in. I was going to. I hope you say that. Right, here we go. Let's bring him in.
So we
go. Hello. Let's do.
Is this a really clever trick you're playing? Like you're in a different room, but you've got like some sort of green screen thing going on.
What?
No, pardon, Sasha.
Sorry, don't like that photo in the back.
What photo is it? Go turn it around again.
No.
I'm looking at the photo actually in the background. Is that Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
They're not even. Look.
Oh, have you got Muhammad Ali in the background there?
Yeah.
My dad got it.
What's the quote? What's the quote, girls? What's the quote? Come on, give us the quote. What does he say? Oh my word! Man. The youth of today, literally. Come on.
Is that a boxing bag in the background?
Yeah.
Has that got a picture of Turnford on it?
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Don't lie now. Come on.
I promise.
Well, if anyone doesn't know, I'm sure they do know, because I think Sasha's face in particular has been plastered everywhere. We've got Sasha from Paul Netball Club, and we've got Katie, who's one of my ENG elite performance athletes. And we've had words, haven't we, Katie, about this? But she is, even though she's involved, and doesn't really, she's one of our elite performance athletes. So it's lovely to have you in the room. And you know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sunday.
You and Turnford is just, I could sit there and watch that game 50 times in a row and not get bored. It's a great game of netball between two teams.
Can I just say something? Can I jump in just while you're rubbing your eye? Let me tell you from a live stream point of view, all right? It went crazy, right? People were logging in and they were buying. I mean, there were a couple of issues, but it was their fault, by the way, nothing to do with my system, right? But the system did actually go down on our servers, well, not our servers, but the people we host with. But it went. Richard was like, "How many's on there?" It was the highest in one go for obviously the netball. And honestly, people were like, "Give me a word, Richard. I don't know how to explain it, but
all I know
the world went wild. That's it, isn't it? It's got to sign up. I got to be in it." People were logging calls. I can't get on. And I'm like, obviously trying to host the game sort of thing and do the camera. I'm like, well, it's not. Everything else seems to be working.
All I know is people in Manchester were logging onto that, and they were desperate to see that game. So coaches from clubs in Manchester were logging onto that. I wonder who that could be.
Let me think about that. Do you want to have a guess,
Lauren? So you get when you look at the game, I know you don't. I don't know whether it's you have a respect for each other, you and Turnford.
Do they?
But on the court, you kind of look like you hate each other.
That's the way it should be, though.
If that makes any sense. So give us an insight into the Turnford Paul rivalry, which has been going on in ENG for a good couple of years now. How do you feel when this game against Turnford crops up?
Well, we always know we'll battle it out on court, and both teams will be up for it and everything. But the second the whistle blows, you show respect for the other team. You don't, no matter what, you always shake their hands and stuff like that.
And Katie, and so when you watch that kind of Paul, the Turnford Eagles game, Did you watch it at all? The game at all?
I watched it, but
yeah. So when Turnford went into that 11-1 lead, were you thinking, "Oh my word, these guys are going to be unreal today"? You must have been thinking that, surely.
Yeah. There were like barely any errors in that first quarter. It was crazy.
But did you get some kind of did you calm down a bit when you realised Eagles weren't as bad as the 11-1 kind of suggested?
Well, even though they did end up catching up, there's still a team that's beat Eagles 11-1 in the first quarter. Like, that was crazy. Like, and I was watching it, and there was barely any mistakes. It was so swift through the court, and I was like, I don't know how we're going to break this and stuff.
Well, the key thing for me in that Turnford game was your ability to not allow them to intercept your centre pass. Now, Sasha, I'm not sure. You are key to this. Did you ever not receive the ball from a centre pass?
Yeah, there were definitely some times they would do the 3 over, and that's quite hard to get through without having to do contacts or something. But then it would go back to Katie, and we were able to reset it and keep going. But yeah.
Well, explain the 3 over thing to me, because I was in Manchester today for a workshop, and me and Lauren from Kingsway Power, we were discussing this 3 over. Because for me, I'm still a bit of a netball novice when it comes to tactics and what's happening. But this 3 over tactic looks very difficult to penetrate. But you kind of made it look a little bit easy, Sasha. So why do some teams struggle and you kind of didn't?
I definitely struggled. Like, it's hard getting out. You've got to just sprint,
it.
leg it.
Stop it, Sasha.
Yeah, but you do. It's not. I don't just walk over the line. Like, it was hard. Like, it was definitely hard. You've got to think about where you're going to cut, where you're going to do this, and without doing contact and everything like that. It is definitely hard. It's just when you start to have a bit more confidence and you're sprinting and you're no changing of direction, just legging it. You can start to get understand it.
Right, Martin, get up the game. Get the game.
I was going to say, first of all, explain what you mean by that.
Well, Martin, if you get the game up, we can have Sasha can explain to us what's happening.
I'm not the defender, Katie. You know it more.
No, but I just want to know. I just want to get an idea of in your mind when they're doing that centre pass, because you were very successful at receiving the ball. Am I right in saying that?
Don't know. Maybe. I don't want to sound like too really.
No, but surely, but reality is you were successful at receiving the ball. A very high rate of receiving the ball. So you're super successful. I just want to know what you were doing specifically in terms of your movement.
I just really tried to find space and sprint. Just find space and leg it, and if it doesn't work, go away.
Yeah, but surely anyone can do that then.
Yeah, anyone could do it.
Right, let's start. Let's get a pull centre pass, Martin.
No, because the centre pass you're going to get up. I bet I'll drop it or something.
Oh, so this is sorry. Let's get to the game.
You girls were faultless on Sunday, so don't worry about making mistakes on this.
Let me just quickly throw this in. I was actually at the start of this live because of the way everything was building up. I was like, do you know what? Stop the adverts. Here we go. We're going to zoom in, and you can see how in depth you all are talking to each other and listening to your coaches. It was I was like, yeah, let's zoom into them all. Let's get that all done. So for the people at home,
what's Hayley saying? Why is she pushing someone? Why is she pushing someone?
It's private. You're never going to know.
Oh, come on. It's done now. It's not private. Come on.
No, never.
Right, get to the first centre pass, Martin, of Paul.
First centre pass.
Yeah, so here we go. It's coming up now.
I moved it. Sorry. Where do you want it?
Just a pull centre pass. So when they pass from the centre point.
Yeah. Just hang on. I've got to get there first. I'm using this is our.
That's Turnford. That's the start of the game,
start.
Martin.
Yeah, I'm rewinding it, man. Stop having a go. God, you put me under pressure. I can't.
Here we go. Here's so go back. Go back a little bit.
Yeah, this
is so Sasha can explain to us what is going on here.
Explain tactics.
What's that?
You've gone back to the original.
Explaining their tactics or anything.
Here we go. Stop.
I got it covered.
Here.
You can say, I got it. Right.
So, Sasha, what are we looking at here?
Well, you can see they sort of have three. So they have the marker on me, they have their centre, and then on the, you can't really see it on ours, we can't see it, but then you have your goal defence, and they sort of form like a little triangle, and this triangle's like preventing you. So wherever you go, they'll either trap you in it, or one will pick up, or whatever it is, and you just sort of try and find your way around it, or, you know, sometimes, because then if you pull out sometimes wide, they won't, it's just kind of depends on how they're setting up all the time, so... Yeah.
So
Okay.
who can receive the ball off a centre pass? And it's two of you, right?
Well, it's four. You can obviously it can be you, it can be wing defence, wing attack, or goal attack.
So am I right in saying?
There you go. He's got to try and work out the camera thing now. Look, this is great fun for Richard. There we
So
go.
they line up like that.
What do you mean? Like, it's just like a little triangle. It's not always like. Yeah,
you've got to get past that.
Yeah, well, that's Gracie running, isn't it, through it all? But yeah, you've got to run.
No, that's Turnford's defence there.
We can. Well, yeah, they're in like a. I don't really know. They're just defending normally in there. It's not evident the triangle, but.
No, if you go back a little bit, you can actually see the triangle. So your job is then just to kind of be as creative as possible to find the space.
Yeah.
And the ball practically has to come to you to get the engine going.
Not necessarily. Sometimes me and like our goal attack or whatever, or even you or wing defence or whatever it is, we'll like plan what we're going to do and stuff like that, and how it's going to flow through the court. But usually, if all goes well, you know, wing attack gets it over this and gets to the centre pass.
Well, the game started. Martin, you've got to watch this. So, do you know, like in big games, you have key moments. And I think this moment at the end of the first quarter was a massive moment in the game because potentially, do you agree? Yeah,
I completely agree. Lucia getting in that shot honestly boosts us all. So even though we ended up drawing the second quarter, we were ready for it again because, you know, ending on such a high note brings you into the second quarter, you know, feeling up for it.
Hey, Martin, you've got to watch this. So basically, go to the.
Mate, I live streamed it. I watched it live. I was there.
I don't know if you remember it, but with about 20 seconds to go.
All right, you want to 20 seconds to go, yeah?
Yeah. So Turnford just score.
I can't really see because that thing's in the way. Right, let's try this.
Yeah, Turnford just score, and they bring and so Paul, if they don't score, they basically then Turnford to have the centre pass, which they could then draw the game early in the second quarter, can't they? But is that 20 seconds to go?
No, I can't see that. Writing's in the way.
I think it's like, what is it? 8? Was it? No, it was like 7-6.
Oh, we went from the start. Sorry,
it was 7-6. Yeah, but this for me was a massive point because going into the second quarter, you had that 2-point lead, and you kept Turnford that small little distance away because if you did make mistakes, that's a little buffer, wasn't it?
Right, I go away. Let's have a look. How long's on that? Was that 55, 54?
Yeah, you keep it on there. That'll tick down.
Keep it running. It makes it a lot easier. I'm playing it through the website.
But Katie, defending.
Yeah.
How was it defending against Coco and the other Turnford shooter?
Well, I didn't really defend against Coco because obviously Martha's got the height, so if it goes over, she's more likely to get it because I've kind of shrunken over the year.
It happens to all of us in the end. But was it a tough battle between the attackers, or did you find it? But compared to other games you've played against them, did you find it? Were you more comfortable, or was it just as tough as it normally is?
It was kind of it was kind of easier. It was like we kind of know what they do now, and obviously I play at London Pulse with some of them, so I kind of see what they do as well. So I was going
to say, so you play with them? These are actually your colleagues, sort of thing, on another team.
Yeah,
at London Pulse and at Bath.
I love that.
Are you at Bath, Sasha?
Yeah, I'm at Bath.
So do you? For me, it's a bit like when I played football, you got put on the other team sometimes because they were running out of numbers. But playing against your own teammates, you felt comfortable because you kind of play with them all the time. Do you feel more comfortable playing against Turnford because you know them inside out more?
No, I don't know them like everything they do. I bet we haven't I don't know, you've had quite a few sessions with them, but I haven't had loads. And even if I did, like, I wouldn't be focusing my session on what they're doing and how much they're improving and what I can do to stop them, whatever it is. You kind of, when you're at your hubs, you focus on your development with yourself, if that makes sense. But I don't think it changed the game. I don't think knowing that we played with them.
I'm not sure, Sasha. I think everything.
Well, ask the question, Richard.
Everything is about memory, and if you play with someone more often, you build up a memory bank in regards to how they play. So when you're on the court,
Bath, we haven't. Well, I haven't had a full session like with Olivia, who's at Bath with me yet. So, but you guys have been at London Polls, but like, you know.
Right, Katie, you answer the question then.
I literally
Go on, can you answer it?
No, it doesn't make like a huge difference, but obviously, like you said, you do remember what they do because you watch what they're doing, obviously, as it's going through the court. And if you're the ones defending them, then you just remember what they do and you just defend them. I don't know.
That's the answer I wanted.
Yeah, but I haven't had a session yet. I don't know what you want me to say.
Right, play that.
20 seconds on the
this.
clock. 20 seconds on the clock. What do you want? You want me to press play?
Just play. Just press. This is massive. So for Chia's watching, this shot is just. This should be
this one right here or the one within the 20 seconds?
No,
right at the end. Yeah. Right. Here we go.
So this is massive now because they haven't got time to just walk it and try and fake that they're not going to do it. They have to play the centre pass. It goes to the Chia.
Oh,
that's just. It was
that
just
a good goal.
That is such a hard shot to make as well.
Exactly, and under pressure. And I got to admit, right after the first quarter, I looked at Richard, and he was like this, right? He went. That's exactly what he did. It was like we could feel the pressure, so I can't even imagine how mad that must be on the court as well. So
she's so chill under pressure. Not chill, but like she doesn't freak out after it. And it's I wish I had that trait, honestly.
Well, do you know what? Like for me, when I watched Lucia play in the first, I think it must have been the first maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Couple of mistakes, this, that, and the other, and I thought, oh, I hope she can bounce back from this. But
she really didn't.
She didn't bounce back. She got the game, and she basically took it to him. And the shots she was making, and the bravery she showed in those shots. It wasn't just that shot she made; it was other shots she made. And you need a lot of. And I say this all the time: if you're going to be a big player and you want to be in big games, you have to make brave decisions. And she was making some brave decisions, and they were paying off. But that's what elite sport is all about. It's all about making big decisions, backing yourself, and if they come off, happy days. If not, at least you're brave enough to make those decisions. But going into half time, was it 15-0, 16-0?
Oh,
how were you feeling? How were you feeling at that point?
I think we were still up for it. We were still like, we all came in and we were all like telling each other what we could change, what wasn't working, what was, and we were really just, like patting each other on the back, what they did that quarter, and we were ready for it in the third quarter. Yeah,
well, the third quarter was for me was the defining quarter. Because you started. Would you say you just had a better temperament and you kind of held your nerve a little bit better than Turnford?
I don't know, because it's still the quarter still felt like goal for goal, in my opinion. It still felt very even. Like it didn't feel like we were ahead by that much. It felt so even, because when like if you make a few little mistakes, it is going to be even. You stress out, but I do think we were quite calm considering how hectic we can get when we are down or something.
Do you think Martha did a good job against Coco defending?
Yeah, very good job.
Amazing.
Because
I think all of our team, we all played 100%, like as high as we could for that match, because that's why we won it. No,
but you know what though? Because you got some big characters in your team. You've got obviously Katie. You've got Martha, and Lucia. I think you four are probably, when you look at the match play and how you present yourself, you're the biggest characters in the team. But you've got then the girls who kind of back you four up, and they do kind of their work in silence. And sometimes you can kind of forget the amount of great work they're doing. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, when we're with our netball team, we're not doing interviews or anything. We all have strong characters and we all get along and everything. So, you know, they are everything they're doing is definitely being like rewarded because, you know.
No, but you've got a good balance there. I think you've got a good balance between the ones who are a bit more lively and the ones who silently just get their job done. You've got a good mix of personalities in that team, and that's why I think you are very successful, because sport is not just about performing well; it's about having a good mix of personalities as well. And I think
we all get along great. We always, yeah.
So yeah, very, and you know what? It's for me. You know, you lost the grand finals last season. How much does that victory make up for that loss?
It just makes us feel a little bit more
confident.
Yeah, we wanted it. We on the day that, you know, we got beaten, you know, it just proved that, like, they, you know, showed us on the day we're not unbeatable and all this. Like, we can get beaten. We did get beaten. It kind of not put us in our place, but, you know, we can't be complacent with any match now. You know, you've got to keep each match like in your, you know, you can't just keep it in the back of your head. You've got to really focus on it every single time you play.
Well, you've got our grand finals coming up on May the 8th. You've got your England Netball national finals. Are you kind of happy that happened last year?
What do you mean, the loss?
Yeah, just so you can kind of get back on point and remember, look, we're not unbeatable, but that has given you the motivation to stay focused.
Yeah, I think it did put, like I said, not put us in our place, but make sure we're not complacent or anything.
And how confident are you, May the 8th, you can become the ENG national champions?
If we play our best, I think
if we play how we did, then yeah. When we play.
Are you aware of how your running looks?
What do you mean?
No, in terms of on May the 8th, because I've worked it out today, and you've got an unbelievable running. If you want to win this competition on May the 8th, you're going to have to do it the hard way. Do you want to know who you potentially could be playing?
In what? In the first
game?
Well, in the first game, you're going to have either Chester or Saddleworth.
Yeah.
Now, potentially, I think it's more Chester based on performances this season, but Saddleworth might cause a shock. We have seen them happen this season. But if you play a team like Chester, they only got beat by Kingsway Power by 1 point in their game. So a very tough team to start your your kind of aim to win the competition. But if you get past Chester, you're going to play the winner of Grangetown or Turnford in the semi-finals.
I'm so confused how this is working. So we play either Turnford or Grangetown then in the semi, whatever it is.
So your top of the South, you're going to play potentially. My prediction will be Chester from the North because they come fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number one game plays number 4 game.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. He's worried now. Look, he's thinking that's the worrying thing now. Look.
Hold on.
I see smoke coming. I see smoke.
But no, basically, because Turnford come third, you're going to meet them now, potentially in the semi-finals, not the final.
Oh, yeah, they come third in the league, didn't they? They didn't come second. They come third.
Yeah. So, but then if you get past Turnford, the bookies' other favourite team to get to the final will be Kingsway Power.
Every game is going to feel like a final there. It really is, because all the teams there, they're all going to be so, you know, all so highly competitive, and it's going to be so hard, but every single game will feel like a final, I think.
Martin, if your pay-per-view doesn't go off the roof, like, if you're going to win this next one, girls, you're going to have to win it the hard way, unfortunately.
And so they should. Let's not make it easy in life. Earned, not given. I think that's something to do with a title somewhere or whatever, some company thing or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know who made that up. So I can take it you're excited, you're motivated to get the job done on May the 8th.
Can I ask a question? A quick one. Yeah, an interesting one as well for me as a business owner. After the game, what was your phone like? Was it going off the hook, so to speak? Because people were watching it live, and
yeah, we had lots of people text us on our we have a Paul Diamonds Instagram account. We had lots of people congratulating us and stuff, saying they watched it live and stuff.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel as a person? Because I mean, you don't really get that in many leagues or anything. So Is that like, yeah, people will watch, look at that, yeah, and then obviously you're smiling because you've won, and then you got all this, you know, these texts coming in.
It was quite overwhelming because when you realise the amount of people that watched, like we had no clue. We were just running around, we were, just doing our normal and stuff. Well, not our normal. We played well on that day, but
if you do say so yourself, of course, yes.
But we wouldn't have won if we didn't play well that day. But yeah, I just think it was really overwhelming. But so lovely from all the teams that play in the ENG League and everything. But yeah.
Right, girls, it's right. I want you to, I don't know, you be as honest as you want, but what is it about the ENG League that separates it from potentially other leagues you do?
What do you think? Well, I don't know what you mean. What?
So basically, I'm just trying. Basically, we work really hard to give you a platform that's not only going to highlight the great work you do as players and your clubs, but also to create a bit of drama, which puts that edge into games. And with the live stream and stuff, like Martin had a record amount of buys for a league game on Sunday, like the most buys ever for a single game because of you versus Turnford. So do you come into the ENG world? No, like, do you enjoy this kind of environment that's pushed upon you?
Yeah, I think it is. It's very like exhilarating, and every single match, like there's hype around it and everything. And if you lose, it's not going to go unposted. Let's just say, like, everyone's going to know. So you're really fighting, and it's and you just want people to know, when you're playing your best, you can do, anything really. So I don't know. I think it's really good having all these teams, like especially when we're going on May the 8th, to have like these northern teams as well. It's just such a range of different teams we get to play against.
Do you? And I hope you don't say what I think you're going to say, but sure, me and Martin talk all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Surely now you're going to watch these live streams from the north and kind of study the teams you're playing against to give yourself the best chance possible of success, or is it, or are you going to say no? We focus on ourselves.
I don't know. I just can't keep paying tenors to watch new matches. I don't have that money.
It's not, it's not a tenner.
It is, isn't it?
$6.99 subscription.
No, she's talking about. Well, how many games are you talking about? If you want to watch the latest, yeah. But your coaches have a deal anyway, and I know that they have it because I was sorting out Lily's iPhone or whatever, the issue that she had when she was connecting. So she was like, yeah, I need it because we need to go over it. But you say that, but how much? Is it really that much? If you want to know what your what your counterparts have, how the way they play.
If we have the option to watch, like for example, Kingsway Power, and there's like little clips or something, we will watch them and we'll just see how like they flow through court and everything. But we haven't. I know if you have. We haven't like fully annotated one of their games. Yeah.
If you was to watch a game of another team, what's the most important part you would want to see? What do you look at first in regards to what they do?
I don't really know how
they tall their shoe.
That's worth a tenner. Come on.
Usually start off being selfish and look for the person that you're going to be against and be like, oh, are they good or whatever. But I like see that how they work together as a team, not individually, but how they bring it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we've got two other people waiting for us on the coming into the show.
Yeah, Daisy and Lottie are in the background, by the way.
But girls, I've got to say, I watch a lot of games, and I take great pleasure in watching brilliance play out. And what you did on Sunday was utterly fantastic. But what I love more than anything was your temperament was on point. You were so disciplined. You were so professional. And you executed just like masters at work. So well done. And we'll see you again on May the 8th.
Hang on before you go. What's this? There you go. Look, how was that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we were stretching outside and we prepped well. We done some stretching.
You asked me what you said. I'm not going to tell you like all our tactics we were talking about and our whole warm up. I'm not telling you that.
Why not?
I'm being serious. We did stretch outside, honest.
We literally did.
last match.
Yeah, but like to prep for the next match, we were like, oh no.
Is it Connie? Did Connie put her hands on her head like this?
I know you were also disappointed in me, but I'm not telling you what we do like exactly straight before the match because that's that for us.
All right. Well, go before you go to bed. Make sure you stretch tonight, Sasha.
Yeah. Don't worry, I will. Come on, roll
Well done.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Katie, well done. Did you see the post I put online with all your medals and awards and
Yeah,
stuff?
I did.
No, I don't. I think probably Sasha actually. No, she didn't play in the under-16s event, so she probably doesn't match you for awards. So you
I
are.
had COVID, chill.
But thank you so much, and we will see you on May the 8th. So
Thank you.
Thank
good
you.
luck. Good luck in your preparation, stretching.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you.
Thank
Well done,
you.
girls.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, great interview, mate. Love that. Brilliant.
Yeah, two really fantastic athletes there, and I don't know, we've built up a really good relationship between ENG and Poole Netball Club. I keep saying to them, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are right now. So yeah, they just thanked me. Send me some cards with money in it, some chocolate. But do you know what, Martin? On the theme of champions, we're going to move into the under 12s Northern Conference.
Okay. Let's bring up the. Did you not want to quickly see the league table for the under 14 South? Just quickly.
Yeah. Then let's recap quickly recap the table.
Yeah, there we go.
The table. So the final table was Poole were the champions with 19 points. Eagles come second. That's a big thing for Eagles because they get now to play Ellesmere Port.
Yeah, that's massive.
So,
second.
They can get kind of some comeback from last
Well done,
season's
Eagles.
defeat.
Yep.
Then Turnford coming third. They potentially will play. Now this will be an immense game. They could potentially play Kingsway Power or Grangetown, which would be a huge game. CD Phoenix, they also are waiting to see who they're playing. It could be Grangetown or Kingsway Power. And Poole Netball Club, they'll be playing Chester or Saddleworth, and they'll find out on April the 23rd. AP Saints come fifth. They had a few little hiccups in the league this season, and it's a pity they did because they looked super strong on the back end of the season. But Alison, who coaches AP Saints, she's an amazing coach. She gets the best out of her players, and she's done a great job with them.
And they've got a wicked mascot. I like their mascot, the dog.
Yeah. Then they got Sutton Town 6th, Magic 7th, Teambridge 8th, Magic 9th, Aces, and Hearts Dynamos.
Matrix 9th, yeah.
Not yet, 9th, and Aces and Hearts Dynamos 10th and 11th. So Aces, Hearts Dynamos, the bottom three teams relegated. So Matrix, Aces, Hearts Dynamos, they will not be joining us next season. And we've got new teams coming in as well. They're biting at the bit to get into this league. And top four, as you can see, is the top four. But AP Saints, Sutton Town, Magic, Teambridge, they're going to have to come back next season. They're going to have to focus on what they need to work on and see if they can break in to that very tough top four. But it can be done. You just have to be ready.
You mean Matrix, don't you? You don't mean Magic. You mean Matrix.
No, Matrix are relegated.
Yeah. But you said Magic.
Yeah, Magic, yeah. They've got to come back next season and see what they need to do to get into the top four.
Right, okay. All right, yeah, that's what you mean. Sorry. All right. I thought you meant got relegated. Sorry. Okay, gotcha.
But let's go into the under 12s Northern Conference and let's recap on the scores and get Daisy and Lottie in. So the final round of games, Kingsway Power under 11s, they played Grangetown 13-29. Then straight afterwards, Ellesmere Port against Kingsway Power under 11s. This game was a relegation decider and Ellesmere Port got the win. Kingsway Power under 11s have done themselves stupidly proud this season. They've when they turn up, they compete. And it doesn't matter what team they play hard and they play with honour. So well done to Kingsway Power under 11s. But unfortunately, it's a bit too tough for them this season and they're relegated out of the league. Then Grangetown against Leeds. Grangetown started the game really well. They had to win this game to stay kind of in touch with the top four. But Leeds were just a bit too strong and they got a 42-21 win, which gives them a good win leading into the grand finals. Then Ellesmere Port against Kingsway Power under 12s. Kingsway Power had to win this to keep up their kind of march towards the title. It's a good win, but Ellesmere Port did played a really good game of netball. So well done to them. Then Oldham versus Chester. For me, Chester in this game showed a massive, massive improvement. Next season, I think Chester will be pushing for the top 4. They started superbly. They made Oldham kind of think a lot about about their match play. And Oldham got the win in the end, but it wasn't as straightforward as I was expecting, and probably Oldham were expecting. So well done to Chester. That's what it's all about. You go into these games and you work hard, and you put these teams under pressure. Then the big game of the day was whether Wyre could beat Grangetown to qualify for the Nationals, and they won 44-25. It was, for me, Wyre won those teams. You don't know what you're getting, but they executed, and they got the win they needed. Then the final game of the day was the biggest game of the day, and that's Kingsway Power versus Oldham, and it was a 27-20 win for Kingsway Power, by far their best performance of the season, and they became the under-12s Southern Conference champions. And we have 2 of them ready to come into the room, but before that, I need to get some tissue because my nose is driving me crazy.
Shall I bring him in? I can chat to them. I don't know. He's not got his tissue there. Getting ready. Girls, put your hands up if you're ready to come into the room. Okay, now hop on one spot if you can come into the room. I was joking. Just sit there. Just I'll bring him in. Ready?
Right, we're back. Let's do it.
There we go. I'll bring him in. Let's do that. There we go. You didn't have to really hop on the spot. I was joking.
Hello, Daisy. Hello. How was training tonight, girls?
It was good, thank you.
Did Lauren work you hard?
Yeah, as always.
What sort of things did you do? Did you have a little recap on the game on Saturday, or how did it? What's the feeling like in camp at the moment?
We feel good.
Yeah, we feel really pleased that we managed to take home the
big trophy.
Yeah.
And were you happy with the medals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really heavy. Like really heavy.
Please say yes. He gets really, really moody if you don't like the medals. Honestly, he really does.
If someone ever said to me your medals are rubbish, I would cry. I would sit there and cry. No, it was like the Paul Turnford game. It was a big, Oldham versus Kingsway Power has materialised into one of those games the youth netball world wants to see. It's a big game. I don't think in netball we celebrate rivalry enough, because there's enough rivalry in netball to celebrate. Kingsway Power Oldham is definitely one of those games we want to constantly celebrate, because it's 2 great teams going toe to toe, and it's just a great watch. Like I said in the interview, you have to keep slapping yourself because you're watching under 12s play. You think you're watching a bunch of adults play. It's absolutely unbelievable. But just give us some feedback on kind of how you were feeling going into that game, and kind of how it went for you.
Right, so we went to Costa in between the matches, and we all sat round and we all had a team talk. It was a good team talk, and it gave us loads of motivation to go into the Oldham match, and all put us in the right mindset, I think.
Yeah, we were all thinking that this was a big match and we had to all play as well as we could, and I think we did pull that off in the match.
Yeah.
Nervous before it?
No, not really, man.
No, I can't. Daisy, I can't imagine you getting it. Well, Daisy, the only time I've seen you emotional was when we did the shooting challenge and you won it. But other than that, you are a super professional. You show no emotion whatsoever. But what was it about Oldham you needed to kind of stop? You needed to kind of get on top of in order to be as successful as possible?
We didn't plan it. We just played what was in front of us. I think that worked well.
So I was just lining up the game.
Well, for me, defensively, they struggled to get the ball into their shooter.
Yeah.
And your defender said that is something you've been working on. Was she lying or was she telling the truth?
We're not defenders, so
we don't know.
No, but you must. They must have been doing defensive work in training sessions, or do you separate?
We don't train with the defenders.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, don't you?
No, we do a bit, but like not really.
Yeah, like we go off and do separate, and like we don't really know what they're doing.
We just do our own stuff, they do their own stuff, and then it all goes together.
And in terms of your own personal performances, were you happy with both your performances on Saturday?
Yeah.
I thought we were both individually well, but like we worked really well together, I think.
No, you definitely did. And at what point did you think to yourself, we've got this today?
Well, I think it. Yeah, but I think the definite.
Daisy, you're not confident, are you?
The definite was in the last, and we knew we'd won it, and it was just like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, we've done it.
Yeah.
But for me, when I used to play high level sport, I used to kind of there was a point in a game where you felt to yourself, we've got this today. And was there a particular quarter you kind of felt, we feel that we're actually a better team here, or did you have that confidence throughout the whole game?
I think we all had confidence, but I think we really pulled away. Like, I don't know, end of the second quarter, I think we really pulled away, and I think that also gave our team more confidence to really that we were going to win it.
Yeah.
Can I jump in there? Was the sun a problem?
No, because it was really hot, but it wasn't like when you were shooting and stuff. It wasn't a big problem.
It wasn't like in your eyesight. It was just there.
I think it was going to be a big problem, but it's not.
It was for my cameras. They were hating it. I was getting glared everywhere, as you can see from that shot just there.
Hey, Martin, I guarantee if Kings of Power had lost, the sun would have been a big problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was like it created.
Hey, Daisy's giving me that look. She's giving me that look. Don't do it, Daisy. Don't do those eyes to me. You do that to me all the time. She's got killer eyes. She wants how dare you? It's like when I kind of had a joke with her on an interview that she'd missed a lot of shots. That was the worst thing I could have said.
Yeah, but I only do it when you're not telling the truth. Like,
no, I'm just saying, because in the netball world, Daisy, I go up to coaches and stuff, and when they win, there's never a problem. But when they lose, it was the sun.
Yeah, for others, not for our team.
I'm just in general. I'm just saying sometimes people can. I'm just
in general. Yeah.
Do you not leave it because I'm going to get murdered in a minute.
Yeah, please comment. Please put your comments, please. I'd like to see a lot of comments about Richard and what he asks. So, or any questions actually we've got for Daisy and Lottie. So,
well, for my only concern for you as a team is that you put together a performance that was as perfect of a performance that I've seen from you this season. It was flawless in my eyes. Are you kind of afraid now your best performance is behind you? Would you find it hard?
Always room for improvement.
Yeah,
always.
Okay, then what improvement could you possibly make from Saturday?
I don't know. Just
in general.
Yeah, just in general, we could have just all done a bit better. Like everyone could have done better, but we all did the best, 100%. But we could go even further.
But I can't see how you. I can't remember many times you misplacing passes.
Well,
I can't remember you missing too many shots, Dave. Did you miss many shots that game?
No, I don't think so. We didn't. No, one or two, but
But this is what I'm saying. It is the only way down now.
No, the only way.
And Oldham, for me, if they potentially could be thinking, hold on a minute, that was such a great performance. There's no way they could replicate that. But because the performance was so good, they know now how to. Are you kind of worried they can go back and look at the footage and go, right, that's what we did wrong. That's what they're doing so well. Is that having a live stream there? Does that worry you a little bit that teams can nitpick at your performance and kind of be more ready for you come the grand finals?
Not really, because we play what's in front of us, and all matches are different, so the circumstances will be different. So our gameplay will be different.
Yeah,
because the next time you potentially will play Oldham will be in the final of the grand finals. Mm-hmm. That'd be one hell of a game, wouldn't it, girls?
Yeah, but I mean, we played Oldham 5-6 times, and the outcome has been different every time. But we we played them for like 3 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
Like.
And did you win all 3, or did they win one, or what happened?
Yeah, we won the weekend before the finals. Yeah.
So you're like on a roll at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there, in the championship, is there any team that you don't want to play?
No, we want to play all teams.
We don't underestimate any teams. So.
What team would you rather see just in the final?
That's a good question, Martin. Would you rather not have Oldham in the final and play someone different?
Like every team's is important. No, every game is important as the other one. Like I know it's the finals that like counts the most, but like every game leads up to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you prefer not? If someone said to you, "I can grant you one wish, you can have Oldham in the final, or I can make sure they're not in the final," would you prefer not to play them?
No, I would prefer play them because honestly, I don't know, it makes us more excited. Not excited, but like it's a better like I don't know how to say it.
Huh? Atmosphere.
Yeah, atmosphere. Like I think like you said at the beginning, like 2 really good teams going together, like all the teams are good, but like we don't know how good the teams are in this South. So.
Well, all the Southern teams now are like, right. I
was about to bring up the under 12 Southern League actually, just to say that the four we've got there. So
we've got
so we've got Stars, Turnford, Sutton, and Eagles, isn't it?
Yeah. So Kingsley Power, they'll be playing Eagles in their initial quarter-final game. Now, it looks
that look. I just see the look. Did you see it? Like, oh, really? There we go.
Looks likely they'll get through that one, and they will play either Leeds or Turnford. Now, let's talk about Leeds for a second, because for me, they're the biggest they're the team that could silently take the win in this competition, because there's a lot of focus on, when I speak to people, it's Kingsley Power, Oldham, Kingsley Power, Oldham, but Leeds have done very well against both you and Oldham.
Yeah.
In local leagues, and you only beat Leeds by 1 point. So are Leeds a team that kind of worry you? Could your focus be taken away and Leeds could creep in and snatch a victory? How is that a possibility, do you reckon?
I mean, no teams worry us because but they're a good team. Like they are a really good team. When we played them, to be honest, like we played them literally the weekend before in like a different league, and we beat them by a lot. I don't think that was one of our best performances when we played them in this league.
Well, so okay then. So you beat them by only 1 point in our league. They were unlucky not to get the draw because they did have the ball.
Yeah.
Do you think the ENG league leans towards a more unpredictable result due to the pressure and due to the environment around it?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's that.
Thanks, Daisy.
You're supposed to say yes.
This is North Korea, Daisy. This is North Korea. Come on. You have to agree with the dictator.
Which is Richard, by the way, not me.
Yeah, go ahead, Daisy. Go.
It's like I think like I don't feel the pressure, and I don't think Lottie does either. But I think it's
The rest of your team feels the pressure. Is that what you mean?
What?
You said you two don't feel the pressure, but I said, does the rest of your team feel the pressure?
I don't know. I don't think so because they don't act like that. Like we're all like hyped before games, not like shy or anything like that.
Well, it's going to be a tough running for you because Eagles, you've got potentially Leeds or Turnford.
Yeah.
Then
my biggest question is Stars. It's Stars Netball. Now I know for a fact, and Luke has admitted to this quite a bit, that he watches all the live streams. He watches all the games. He goes to it. I mean, Stars has done amazing this season. So how are you gonna look at them? Do you know anything about Stars? Have you talked about Stars? Have you I don't mean about the ones in the sky. I mean the ones that are in your league that you be playing against. You know what I'm saying?
They haven't been beaten in 3 years, Martin.
3 years.
Stars Netball Club haven't been beaten in any game in 3 years.
The whole netball club, or just our age group?
No, just that particular under 12s team. Oh, Daisy. Oh.
Now that's changed. Now you're not so confident. Is that correct?
No, I am. So.
You should be. You are a mighty force. There is no doubt about it. Kingsway Power is a mighty force.
Yeah.
But you're going to be coming up against another mighty force. And, you're playing against Stars. And from what I can see from your reactions, you're not really sure about Stars. I mean, obviously, your coach is going to have words and say, hey, look, not to worry. We've got it sorted. But for you as yourselves as players, how do you feel about that? Forget about your old.
I've never heard of Stars before. Like, not in a bad way, but like, I don't know. I've just never like really heard of them or seen them before or anything. So
can I safely say the fact that they haven't been beaten in 3 years will probably make you want to win 10 times more if you were to play them.
Yeah, but you don't know what games they've been playing. They might have been playing against like easy teams or hard. Like you don't know what games they've been playing.
Well, they have come into my super hard league and won.
I'm going to say, are you saying all the teams in the South are just not that good then?
Me?
Yes.
No, because we're beaten in the league and we weren't beaten. I think it's just like it depends. Yeah.
Well, do you know what? People need to understand these netballers are full of character. They're full of personality. You're absolutely gold dust. Like I think these netballers have their own TV show and stuff because they've
got it. I'm supplying everything. I'm working every hour of the day just to make sure this is all transmitted. Pardon?
This is our TV show now.
Yeah,
there you go.
Precisely. This is your time to shine. But no, your confidence definitely shines through. But how excited are you on April the 30th to kind of prove to the country that we're number one? The confetti cannon goes up. Are you practicing how you lift the trophy up by any chance? And who would lift the trophy up? Who's got the job of lifting the trophy up?
Whoever's like, I don't know.
Who's the captain of the team?
We'll probably give it to like Joe or Lauren or Danny or all of them at once. Yeah.
But can you do it, Kingsley Power? Will you be walking away on April the 30th as the number one team in the country?
Hopefully.
Yeah, really hope so.
From 1 to 10, how confident are you're going to win the whole thing?
No comment.
Don't want to say.
What was that? Sorry, Lottie?
Don't want to say.
Yeah.
Don't want to say.
Oh, because Lauren might have a go. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of Lauren, girls. It's okay.
They're not. Look, they're just not going to. They just want to put themselves in a position.
I swear Lauren's head come from behind that glass.
Are you the one afraid of Lauren, Richard?
He is.
Kind of. When I change rules or I implement different strategy, the first person who would always message me would be Lauren. So I would kind of sit there waiting for the message to come through. Like when we did that shooting challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I put my hat on, she messaged me to say, "Take that stupid hat off." Like, what's that about? That's not nice, is it, Daisy?
The hat might have not been good.
But that's just what I'm saying. I am afraid.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was trying to say to you. That I'm not, you are. You're just proving your own point.
Well, do you know what? I can't wait to see you girls go toe to toe with the rest of the country on April the 30th.
Same here.
I think, regardless of who you play, you're going to have to bring your A game. But if that Oldham game materializes, it's going to be mental. So good luck with your preparation, and hopefully on April the 30th you get the result you desire. Good luck.
Good luck.
Kingsley Power.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Kingsley Power.
Thank you.
Cool. Hadn't heard about Stars. Whew.
Well, sometimes it's better to be the unknown, isn't it? Because everyone's focus gets taken away from, certain. It's like I was speaking to someone today, and for me, Leeds Athletic are one of those teams where they're kind of whispered, not shouted about.
Yeah,
and they've got a coach who's got bags of experience in Super League and at international level, and this is a coach who's coaching. This is what I love about grassroots netball. You have ex-international players and coaches teaching grassroots sport.
Yeah,
it's mental, and so Leeds have
it's
like
good quality, isn't it? That's what you mean. It's a good quality. It's great to see because they're passing on their experience. They know how it is. They know how to play, and they're like, there you go, have my experience, and and grow and get become the best. So to speak.
And most importantly, to pass on that level of motivation that they obviously had to get to where they needed to go. So Leeds for me are not shouting about, they're whispered about. And the Kingsway Power girls are super confident, and so they should be, because they performed brilliant all season.
Yeah, exactly.
But on April the 30th, it's a different ball game in terms of the atmosphere, in terms of your your margin for error. Now, with teams like Kingsway Power in particular, and you find this with even like Poole, any team that does well, the knives get sharpened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether they're people in the audience are supporting, the team they're playing against. The other parents on the other teams naturally will want to see the so-called best teams to lose, because that's what we do in England, don't we? We want to see everyone's downfall, don't we?
Well, yeah,
it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing, and but we always want to see change. We always want to see someone else coming through, but if someone does, then they're going to have to work really hard to do that. But it's going to be interesting for me if teams like Kingsway Power find themselves 2 or 3 goals down in that competition, because that's when a true test of character is going to shine through. Because this is not like any other under 12s. This competition is huge, and when the atmosphere is there, the intensity is there, it throws in a whole new dynamic to the game. And just it'd be interesting to see how they cope with it. If they can cope with it, then happy days. But if they struggle, then we might have that kind of underdog type of scenario where a team comes in and gets the win and surprises us. Because remember from last season, no team that won the league won the grand finals.
See, I couldn't remember, but I'm glad you can.
So Saddleworth, AP Saints, Poole Netball Club, and who come top of that one? Oh, Ellesmere Port. All 4 of those teams didn't win the grand finals in the end. So
very interesting.
Can that curse continue in this one? If it does, I'll be, I don't think any team would ever want to win the league again. They'd be fighting not to win the league, type of thing. They'd be passing the ball to their
yeah. They'd be scoring themselves,
goals.
I want to win the championship. But this is an interesting question. Which is more important? Maybe people can put this in the comments: the league or the championship? Which means more?
I don't know. Obviously, the championship is and I forgot to ask that to Sasha and that lot, to be fair.
Sasha, if you're there, come back on.
Yeah.
You got the link.
What's bigger? Like, even though Turnford have been beaten 3 times by Poole, because they won that grand final, does that gazump all those other victories Poole had? And it's the same in this one. I think you'd want to walk away the national champion. But every victory is sweet in its own way. But I think this is the big one, like proving that you're the best against the teams that have proven they're the best in their league. Is probably going to be a bit more prestigious and more rewarding. So I would say.
But the point is, if you win the league, you've won. You know what I mean? You've played all season. You've played your 5 days. Only 5 days.
It's only 5 days, people.
It's only 300 live streams, but
and don't keep the wristbands. Should we tell that story? Should we tell the story?
Oh, please do, because you know what? Can I? You tell the wristband, and I'll do I'll tell the login one. There we go.
Okay, so
obviously keep names out of it. Keep names out of it.
So, look, especially at the start of the season,
This is funny.
People emailing me saying, "Can you justify why people have to pay to watch?"
Yes.
It's self-evident why we charge a fee. It's because nothing is free. I can't go to the venue and say, by the way, it's a kids' competition. Do I not have to pay this invoice? When I go and get the petrol, or when I hire the staff or hire the umpires, because it's a kids' netball game, doesn't mean it's free. And the reason why there's more cost to our league is because we provide everything for the clubs. So venue hires, the umpires, the staff, the score takers, and that takes time. And then you've got the website design, then you've got the data, then you've got the interviews, then you've got the build up to games. There's a lot of energy and work going into this league to give the girls the biggest and best platform possible. Now, by paying to come to watch, not only are you helping keep the league, are you helping the league to thrive so we can continue to do the great work we're doing.
And also, you don't charge the team.
We charge a team a small fee, but
no, that's what I mean. But you'd have to charge a lot more to the team to play.
Of course, yeah, of course. So we hedge our bets and we work stupidly hard to capture people's imagination. So we would rather. So instead of charging a team a full fee, what it cost us to run it, we say no. We want to encourage the parents to come, place value in the league, because when you pay for something, you value it more.
Friends and family, you want,
yeah. So when they're there supporting, it helps them be more enthusiastic because they've placed value into it, right? But we're getting people like emailing, why you charging, justify it. I don't ring you up and just ask people to justify their, why they're working or doing certain things. But then, so we had a problem.
might do that when I next go to McDonald's or KFC or whatever. I might go up to so can you justify why you're charging this amount of money for a Big Mac?
I don't know how they charge so little. But quantity is when you can buy in quantity, you can get the price down. But
exactly.
So we've had problems in certain leagues where people just it's ridiculous. Like I remember one of my staff members wasn't there one day, so I had to do the front of house, and I went and did the score take and blah blah blah. I couldn't believe the amount of running around I was doing, trying to catch people, and people would do this really, really weird walk into the venue. Then they would sit in the holding room. I would get a cup of tea, and they'd walk out, but then see me walking out, and they'd come back in, and it was a game of cat and mouse. So I was like, this is a joke. Like I need to So I thought wristband. So if someone's wearing a wristband, we know they've paid. So we just let them in. But I kind of had a joke with one of my staff members and said, how long will it be before someone keeps the wristband from the time before and tries using it to get into the venue? And unbelievably, that's what happened. Like we wasn't even giving out wristbands that day. And that's what made it even funnier, because normally we'd try and change the colours. But yes, it's basically someone tried getting in with a wristband when we weren't even giving out wristbands, and it's just hard work. It's hard work.
But what did they say to you as they walked out?
I thought you needed wristbands. Yeah, but that's not the point. You haven't.
No, but did they not say, "I've paid. I've got my wristband."
Yeah. I've paid. I've got my wristband. Okay, but we're not giving out wristbands today. So
That's how he knows.
No. The best bit was, I thought you were.
No, the question is, why are you trying to dodge it?
It's just like I give up. I really do, because the next step is getting the I think the Navy SEALs to come down.
Yeah, guard dogs,
and
the lot.
It's just do you know what? It's the majority of people amazing, but you get that small minority who just make you run around like an absolute idiot, when there should be mutual respect. People should respect the work that's happening inside the league, and I respect them as customers to do right by me. I do right by the teams and the players. They obviously, and I expect the spectators to do the same. But you get that in every walk of life, and I'm not the exception to it. But I do find it at the same time, it does make for some really cool, funny stories. I look back on this in 20, 30 years and be like, oh, do you remember the time? And, that happened. So, yeah, but you have the same problems, Martin?
I do. I get people saying about, why do we pay £10? And, it should be free. Somebody said that to me in Manchester. I think it was one of the first few weeks we started charging. Because, hopefully, Richard, don't mind me saying, you don't pay for my services. I make it from the live stream, because we had this chat, didn't we, about the cost and how we deal with it, and I believe in you as a person, Richard. I believe in what you do and what you're trying to achieve, and I believe in these athletes as well, and I do the same for other things I help out as well. My investment in time and my product. So this person said to me, I don't think we should pay a penny. And it's like, well, if we pass it on to the teams, because I have to charge you then, Richard, and then that means you have to pass it on to the teams, and it would cost them. Well, I don't think I charge too much, as in I try and I've worked with you through the years and that I've known you as well, and try and keep the pricing at something that's affordable, and I take it on myself financially and try and work within those parameters. Charging £1,500 a day, I know you might say, oh, you shouldn't charge that, but that's the cost. So I charge per ticket or per live stream, or people pay per day. But the best one I've got so far, and it keeps on coming up, is so let's just say we've got 40 people watching the live stream on Sunday. Yeah, it's still my system that's the problem, why they can't log in. It keeps on throwing them out, and it's like, well, you've obviously shared the password. No, not done that. Not done that.
They're getting angry at you for sharing a password.
And the thing is, right, I'm there, right, and I'm too nice. It must be I'm too nice. Well, maybe put in the comments whether I am or I'm not, people. But I'm there. I'm live streaming. You've seen this over a couple of weeks now as well. I've got my earbud. I'm talking to somebody, talking through while doing the 3 cameras, while trying to make this, obviously business efficient and all that lot. And then somebody's messaging me going, your system's rubbish. And I'm like, but there's people watching. They haven't got a problem. It's, I can't do it. I mean, there was one problem on Sunday, and I raised my hands. The servers went down. Not even me. There was not. Somebody come up and was telling it, and I was like, you were talking to somebody, and even you said, oh no, I think he's this is a bad one. That was the first quarter of one of the games, and all I was thinking is, please come up. And obviously, I don't know. Somebody probably walked in and turned the server off back in Cloud9 somewhere, but. I mean, there's things that I'm working through, and there's money that as a business that we pay. There's insurances. There's all this stuff and the equipment. How many? Rich, maybe you can answer this question, or maybe people can put in the comments. Yeah. How many leagues do you know out there at grassroots level have had every game, or virtually 99% of the games, live streamed?
I know, and and for me, it's like people keeps popping up. It's a tenner. Well. People think of it as, I only want to watch one game. It's a tenner, but that's not what the service is. The service is the round of games. So it's £1 per game.
Yeah, definitely.
So again, it's one of those ones. You can keep reminding us about ticket prices. You can keep reminding us about pay-per-view, but at the end of the day, it's a choice, and. People can make that choice to pay for a ticket or pay for a pay-per-view. But at the end of the day, it's with this league, the opportunities and the platform this league has is alien in any other grassroots league, in any sport across the country. So it's a case of just appreciate it as
thankful for what you have.
Yeah, for what it is. There's a lot of work going into it. And again, the choice is there. We are not the government. We don't go around trying to force anything upon anyone. There's a conscious choice you can make to either come and support the games, support the girls, or to support the live stream. If you don't want to support it, then you can make that choice not to support it. But we're talking that 90% of people come. Great, it's amazing. But when you're running around chasing people and It's just so. But again, it's a problem. Even the biggest businesses have, to be honest. It's just one of those things. But it's hard. I think I don't actually mind chasing people. It's when people kind of say to you, your time is worth nothing. Like what you do is worthless. So you don't deserve to be paid for your work type of attitude.
Can I add to that, right? I've had people come up to me, and this isn't at ENG, this is at other sports and other stuff that I've done, or concerts, and they said, yeah, all you do is turn up and plug a camera into your computer and go. And I'm like, look, I'm going, right. So okay.
It's
just no value there. That's all they think it is. It's quite amazing. Sorry, we've got a question, by the way, from Robert Pitt, and it is predict brilliant. The winners.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Okay, throughout. Should I do it throughout, or should I do it? I'll go specifically to this.
Hang on a sec. Let me ask Robert, if you're watching because you put the question in there. Is there some kind of any kind of like gambling house that's accepting bets or something, and that's why you want to know from Richard? That's why let's find that out first, because if that is, we need to know where it is, and then I can put some bets on as well. Because whatever Richard says, we go the opposite. Right? Let's go, Richard.
Okay. Well, we let's go through, because some of the leagues are not decided yet, so I can't really make a guess. But I do I know Robert is. His daughter, she was one of.
Maybe.
Well, Robert's daughter won the amazing centre court player. Her name's Olivia, and she was pivotal in winning the under 13s grand finals last season. She was just immense, and that's why she got player of the tournament. But for the under 14s one,
I was going to start with under 12s. Okay.
Now the under 14s one, I would say.
Hang on, let me bring up the under 14.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
So who we got first? Let's have a look.
We've got Poole, Eagles, Turnford, CD Phoenix, and we've got Kingsley Power, Ellesmere Port, Grangetown. And my bet, and my bets are terrible at the moment.
Yes, we know. That's why we're asking.
I would personally say for the under 14s. Ooh. Do you know what? I think
it's a good one, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be a Poole Kingsway Power final.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
In the under 14s.
Okay.
I'm going to give the edge to Poole, but I'm going to predict that would be one of the best games we've ever witnessed in ENG sports history.
Well, I think Kingsway Power will win.
You like Kingsway Power, don't you, Martin? You're a big fan of Kingsway Power, aren't you?
I think they've got some really good parents on there. Yeah, they're really cool people.
Because they buy your live stream.
They buy my live stream. That's what it is. I can be bought by the amount of people who buy my live stream.
If we go back to what we said, like that run-in for Poole is potentially unreal. They've got potentially Chester, who are no mugs. They're a good, solid team, and on their day can beat anyone. They've got, so if they get through that, so you got to think about the mental exhaustion that goes into the game. So if you're playing top teams round after round, or teams that you can't really get ahead and kind of calm yourself down with, the mental kind of exhaustion, plays a massive part. So if they get past Chester and it's a close game, they then will potentially play Grangetown or Turnford. Now, playing any one of those teams is like, for me, Grangetown I've come on the most out of all the teams I've seen in the league in the under 14s. So Turnford are in a tricky little situation here, because Grangetown have come on leaps and bounds. So that's going to be a huge game. But just say, for instance, Poole, just say if they get Grangetown or Turnford, they're going to have to get through one of them to then get to a final where they potentially might have to play someone like Kingsway Power or the other team, Eagles or whatever. But if you go on the form, you say Kingsway Power, right? That's 3 stupidly tough games. That's like 3 finals to execute. You know,
But that's the
job.
point. You got the. I mean, again, Poole and Turnford, great teams. But from what I've seen this season, I've kind of, and the way that you're saying that it's all going to pan out, there's going to be exhaustion there. I mean, not to say that Kingsway is going to have it easy in any shape, way, or form, and where they've got to go through stuff. But it's. I don't know. Kingsway, to me, they seem to be on it. They really do, and Poole are as well, and Turnford. But
the only thing you could say for Kingsway Power is that where they're based, they get more competition.
Right.
Where Poole, so in between our leagues, they play in local leagues or county leagues or regional leagues. Kingsway Power can access higher level opposition where they are, whereas Poole Netball Club struggled. Like I've seen scores of Poole Netball Club in a local or regional level. Like regional level, we're talking about the best teams in the region, Southwest, 95-10. You're not learning playing those games. You're not. Once it gets beyond like 15 or 20 goal margin, white flag, move on type of thing. So that's the only thing that worries me. But at the same time, when you look at how Poole performed against Turnford on Sunday, there's nothing to worry about, because if they can produce that, then they've got nothing to worry about. But I'm going to give Poole the edge in the under-14s one.
You say that, though, but look how Chester did against Ellesmere, against Kingsway.
This is what I'm saying. But this is what
it's Ellesmere Port as well. They're all in great. Well, it's just it's no easy way either side. But I do think like we were saying, you got the Poole, the Turnfords, and the Chesters. All that's going to be, in the World Cup and football, and they say this is a hard way.
We was at the Essex Arena a few weeks back, and that arena is the dog's dinner, isn't it?
Phenomenal. I love those. They're amazing. I love the court. I love the place. They looked after me.
But not only they go into a venue which has got that super professional feel as well. So that's going to raise the game. That's going to raise the level of the match play, because it's such a fantastic venue. So I'm going to say Poole. If we talk, because that's kind of nearly finalised but under 12s, it's very hard to look past Kingsway Power at the present moment. I'm really excited to see how Stars do. We're going to do a review show on the grand finals in a few weeks' time. But yeah, I think, you know what? I might upset a few people here, but I still think Oldham will come through and win the whole thing.
Oh, and hang on, you just changed now. You just gone like, what's this? Under 12s, yeah? Under
12s, yeah.
I think Stars has got it. They just seem to be fun. But then again, you got Kingsway Power as well. I just don't. Kingsway being good.
I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna say Oldham will win.
I say Stars is
the whole thing.
12s. And I'll tell you why.
Stars for me I can't wait to see how they do at this level. It's going to be
Stars
amazing.
To me, I think they'll do it because they watch the live streams. They watch all the other games. They do well for my business. No, but seriously, I see the amount of research that goes into what they do, and I think if anybody, Stars are going to turn up knowing how everybody plays.
Well, Martin, actually saying that, I spoke to someone today, who told me someone is accessing the streams so they're playing someone in a separate competition to what we're doing, but they're accessing your streams to watch them.
I love that. I'm gonna have to put the price up. Anyway, we've got inflation. I should do that.
Oh yeah, this rate.
Do you know what? That's a very good point. Actually, is it a bit of an unfair advantage for other teams who are playing in other leagues that are playing against these teams?
There you go. Yeah, precisely.
But do you know what? It's not an unfair advantage, because I tell you, if anybody plays in your league, they want to be worried. They do want to study, because I tell you what, playing in your league, they get proper gameplay. So they're not used to the caliber of what they're playing against in your league. So, do you know what? You better buy it. you better be worried. And if you think that good, come and join the league. Oh,
Yeah,
by the
well,
way,
we-
we've got Richard's just put, right. Richard Barton, do you support any of the teams across each age group? What do you mean? Do you support? I'm pretty.
I do have some favourites. Yeah, I do. There's some teams I do kind of like want to see do well, and I want to see progress. So it's the teams that make a lot of progress and who kind of really immerse themselves in a journey, which I enjoy watching, and I kind of want them to do well. And it's just in life in general, you can have 20 girls playing netball, and there's certain girls who are more enthusiastic than others. So you lean towards them more because you enjoy the enthusiasm they have. So there's certain teams who just really enjoy, and like for instance, Paul. I think Paul are one of those teams. They're very likable. The players have great character.
Great coaches.
Great banter as well. Like you can have such a good laugh with them. So you want to see those, and they really enjoy the league. So yeah, you kind of support them because they're supporting you so much. So it's just a natural.
They give you energy back. That's what you mean, isn't it? Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, it's just natural to kind of support. Human nature. We support who supports us, type of thing. Like, so yeah.
I wouldn't say
support them like I want them to win. Yeah. I just think, I really hope you do well because you're so enthusiastic. You're so happy to be here. You're so appreciative of being here and stuff. A team that I've kind of fallen in love with a little bit was Chester as well this season. They've
done amazing to come back into what they've done.
And again, it's the progress they've made this season as a club. They've really taken on the ideology of the league in terms of the earned not given type of thing, and they've really focused on, beating teams who they on paper they should be beating because of historical results. And again, I support that. So if Chester was to win, I'm like, happy days.
We are naming them, by the way, Robert. See, I got a soft spot for Ellesmere Port, so and I hope you Saints, but I just want to see good games play. Like for me, I'm literally looking at the game, following the ball like a dog, and I see teams that are not winning. They're losing quite badly, but I still see them giving 100%. I still see them going back. Their heads aren't down. They keep on attacking, and that's me. I just want to see a good game, and I also want to see when the chips are down. That they're still fighting on. So, yeah, do I support? I support all teams. There's no one favorite. I do have a soft spot for Ellesmere Port because I think it was mainly from the shootout challenge as well. But there was a
true. I agree with you. They kind of made our summer, didn't they?
They did well, and we made theirs, and a lot of the young athletes out there who I've had parents even coming up to me and saying thanks for what you did over lockdown, and it was like me and you, we've known each other for years, and we give a lot of energy, and to see how much fun they had doing that as well. It was quite amazing, and they wanted to win. You could see it on their face, especially on the shootout challenge, as in the long bomb. Remember that one? And just crazy, just brilliant. But I also know that in the future that they can utilize this footage for getting better as well, isn't it? Getting onto these bigger leagues and doing better things and PE, GCSEs and stuff like that. But I have no doubt, is there a favourite? No, I might have a soft spot. I don't, I watch a game and I want it just to be competitive because it raises my sales and I sell more. But there has been games, and I'll say this now. I've walked out, go and grab a coffee, and parents are walking out, or family members or friends or whatever, and I'm like, man, that was Sky Sports can have that for 5 million, and I mean it. I'm telling you, the game's been that close. It's been that amazing, And this is what we don't see. You know, it's, you know, one of my things is we stream it live, but one of my other slogans is making local global. And this is what this is. You know, this is great sportsmanship, great play. You know, they're great athletes, and, you know, they've got commitment. And, you know, we don't, to know that a parent can come along, or family member, you know, I think, you know, at Christmas, I love sending things out just before Christmas. Like, who's going to top the tree before Christmas, you know? And it is like sat round there, you know, with their eggnog and, you know, mince pies, and they're saying, oh, Granny, look at this, you know, this is me playing here. Or, you know, obviously I know what it'd be like at Luke from Stars in his household. I told you it's got to be played like this. Send a message out to the group chat. But it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
You know, looking at that whole league, and I mean, how many teams have we got? We're talking what, over 24, 60,
over 60, over 60 teams.
So that's a lot, isn't it? That's so, yeah, a soft spot, I would say, for me.
Yeah, soft spot. Yeah, I kind of lean towards teams who show the most enthusiasm for the league. So, but at the end of the day, like you said, Martin, I just want the games close. I want them competitive. And that's what I really celebrate, is when two teams collide and it's like all out war. And that's what
do you know what? Again, that Paul Turnford game on Sunday was just, like I said, that first quarter, I looked over at you, and I don't think I've ever seen you. You were like, and I was like, you could feel it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it is, isn't it? It's madness. It's just like,
well,
wow. You couldn't even explain that to somebody. I personally, you know, you can see it in the live stream, but not as much as being there. So again, being there, like saying, people like, why they got to pay to watch. Well, if you went to watch, you know, Premier League football club, you wouldn't question them to go in. But being there and giving that support at the game is immense as well. You know, so being there is definitely important. There was a game sometime during this season, I'm not going to say what game it was, but hardly anybody turned up. And it was a really close game, but there was no atmosphere. And I'm going to put that on the record. I know you probably won't want me to say that, but, you know, you being there and supporting and cheering them on. I mean, that game was amazing. I can't say it enough. It was amazing. They played really well, both teams, but there was, you know what I mean? There was nothing. Yeah. There was no big shouting out. There was no. It was like, this is.
Well, look, time is getting on, but we have one more thing to talk about, which is the under-13s league. This week we've got 3 games in the under-13s league, and they are 5 Ways versus Team Beds. I need to publish that, but we've got AP Saints versus Eagles, and we have Ryland versus Teambridge. Basically, this is how the cookie crumbles. 5 Ways have to win by 40 plus goals to give themselves a chance of qualifying for the grand finals. If Ryland draw or win, they guarantee themselves a place in the grand finals. Even if they lose, they can guarantee themselves. Just depends how many 5 Ways win by and how many Ryland potentially lose by. We could see 3 teams on 10 points. So it just shows how close the league is. But if Ryland wins, so 5 Ways need Ryland to lose, but then 5 Ways have to win by...
Hang on, the times are going to be 12, 1 and 6, didn't you say?
Yeah. So 5 Ways have to win stupidly. Ryland have to lose, depending on how many 5 Ways score, depends how many Ryland need to lose by. So they will qualify for the Nationals, but if Ryland win, they qualify for the Nationals. But not only that, if AP Saints lose to Eagles, Ryland will go 3rd, they'll get a medal, whereas AP Saints will drop into 4th. So 4th will then play 1st and 3rd will play 2nd. So it's a big day for Ryland. They can better themselves from last season, get themselves a medal. But it could be 5 Ways. But AP Saints potentially have the chance to kind of give Eagles their first defeat of the season, because AP Saints beat them last season. So that should be a very good game. But even though we've got 3 games, they're 3 competitive games, it will wrap up the under-13s league and we can look forward to the grand finals on April the 30th. But Martin, I'm so done now. I can't wait to get to my bed now.
All right, mate. Okay,
But thank you so much. It's been a great stream tonight. Thank you to all the guests coming on.
Definitely.
And we will see you again next week. Or maybe we might take a little break next week because, yeah, we'll take a break next week. But then we'll be back.
Sorry, you're going to give me some time off? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we'll take a little break next week. Then we'll build up to the under 13s, under 14s, Northern Conference. Then the week after that, we're going to build up to the grand finals for April the 30th. So it should be a good build up. Remember, buy your tickets. Please come and support the girls. Atmosphere is key. Without the atmosphere, the games just aren't as good. And if you can't make the games, get on the live stream and support them that way. But thank you so much, and we'll speak to you soon.
And don't forget to comment. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye-bye.